Yo, what is good? Today, I want to go over, because I was on a stream before with Mo and Hassam, and it kept coming up, people saying, is the Premier League the best league in the world? Now, for me, to say the Premier League isn't the best league in the world is borderline psychotic. I'm not even at the point where I'd call someone stupid. I think you're a madman. I think you're actually, like, you're literally just a madman. Like, that's the only way I can think that people think that. Now, I've put it into a few categories. Right? Yeah? In which I think is a fair way to say which is the hardest / best league in the world, right? So, even if we're talking about recently, the English teams, the Premier League teams have been doing the best in Europe. So that's the Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool. They all won the Champions League since 2019. Yeah? When it comes to star power, it has the biggest players in the world. Like, the other leagues, they will have one or two teams with big players. The Premier League has, on average, speaking, now I think it's even more, we have 6 teams with the biggest players in the world. If anything, sometimes people come to the Prem and become underrated. But when they go to these other leagues, they become monsters. Rafinha is a good example of that. He's gone to La Liga and become a monster. People are talking about Ballon d'Or and all this other crazy stuff. So when it comes to European performance, we're the top right now. When it comes to which is actually like mental. But when it comes to star power, I think we're the top. You're talking about people like Haaland, Salah, all these other big names. When it comes to star power, realistically, you go to Spain. There's 3 teams with star power, and I'm being nice to Atletico Madrid. I'm being very, very nice. And then you go to Germany, it's 1 team with star power. You go to Paris, it's definitely 1 team with that can compete names wise with the Premier League. Cool. Then you go to people keep talking about tactical innovation. Yeah. Do you know how hard it is? Do you know how hard it is to get the tactics right when the game is that fast? So people say, the Italian league is so tactical. The game's so slow. Like, a lot of these things, there's a lot less variables and there's a lot more you control. The Premier League is so intense that even think about when Jose Mourinho came back, it didn't work. Like, a lot of these conceptions are made by people who they've never coached, they've never played. Or they've played with like some people that have like level 1 FA badges. Like, it's to me, when you add context, all the context. I think a lot of people have takes out context. Like, they'll say Italian league is so what do you call it? It's so tactical. Or they'll say the Bundesliga is so technical, or the Spanish league is so technical, because you got time. That when intensity changes everything, and the Premier League is the most intense league in the world. Look at Wirtz. In Germany, he looked unbelievably technical. Even Szoboszlai. These people look unbelievably technical until they come to the Premier League, and they have to bring that technical aspect at that same intensity. So people say, like, to say the Premier League isn't the most difficult league, to me, based on just intensity alone, is borderline psychotic. And then people go on to say things like, oh, like, when the Premier League goes to, bro, you're talking about the top team in that league. If Aston Villa, the average, which is the average in the Premier League, go and play the average in Bundesliga, broski, it's a long day. If they play 10 games, Aston Villa's winning 8 of them, bro. Let's have it right. It's the most competitive league. Outside of, like, you could argue Serie A, they have a pretty competitive league. Like, they've probably got the most bigger brand football teams out of the rest of the league. Like, in my opinion, the only league I'll actually listen to is the Italian league. But they're miles off it in terms of intensity. They're miles off it in terms of competitiveness. Right now, it's just Inter. It's just Inter that's competing in Europe. So for me, I just think this notion that the Premier League isn't the best league is like delusional, and it mostly comes from, like, people either trying to have a unique take or people outside of England, and then they'll say, people in England act like there's no other league. The reality is, brother, if you're not going, if you're a young player, let's say you're at Celta Vigo. If you're not going Barca, you want to go to Premier or Real Madrid or Atletico, you want to go to the Premier League, bro. Let's keep it come on. Like we can use money as an example, but the reality is there's money there for a reason. There's bare fans in Italy, bro. There's bare humans in Germany. England is the smallest country so for me, if you're talking about like why aren't these other places big markets? The only reason is because of the product. I don't want to hear nothing else. The product isn't as good. It's like I'm actually sick. I'm actually so sick of man trying to tell me the Premier League isn't the best league in the world, bro. And then people will use examples like you don't bring any talent forward. Because it's the most competitive, intense league in the world. They go to your league to get experience, bro. Look how many English people have gone to Bundesliga to get experience. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, gone to Italy, booting it off. Scott McTominay, gone Italy, booted it off. Like it's like, can we like use some like can we just get a bit of sense, please, bro? Like just a bit of sense, bro, please. Like honestly, please, bro. Like please. Like can we actually have sense, bro? Other than the last few years, until Man City, like, it's been the most competitive in terms of the title race. Like, the upsets are better. The goals intensity, like the Bundesliga has a higher goals per game, but the Premier League intensity, it makes it so much difficult for people. Like, that's why people think there's not much players of quality in the Prem. Because it's so difficult to produce quality moments when the game is that intense, that physical, and that fast. But it's not rugby. Like the standard in the Prem is mental, and sometimes it's hard for people to see it. But I'm telling you now, look at what these players were doing before they came to the Prem. Look at someone even if you take someone like Trent. He's got unbelievable technical quality, but he has to do that shit out wide. When he went in the middle, the same quality weren't there because it's very difficult. The difficulty of the Prem is the highest, so it may not look as technical as the other leagues because bro, I'm actually gonna get mad. I might bang someone up. I actually might bang someone up. Like again, man, I think. The reality is, bro, yeah, these leagues simply won't be able to compete because one, they don't have the money. Two, I think their style of wait, hold on. FA sanctioned Arsenal's Gunners handed suspended 500k for breaking ticket rules. Interesting. Yeah, but yeah, man, I just think like if you look at any parameter, yeah, you can put any set of parameters together. And I don't. If you're gonna comment on this video, please don't just comment with like your speculative like takes, bro. What parameters makes these other leagues better than the Prem? Like, that's what I want to know. Like, what parameters are you using? Because if you're using performance and quality, no other league is better than the Prem. And don't start talking to me about Barcelona because there's a lot of other leagues in that. There's a lot of other teams in that league, bro. Like, let's have some respect, yeah. So performance and quality, Premier League is at the top, bro. If you average it across all the teams, because that is how you judge a league, that Barcelona I think would, like, a lot of top teams will come into the Premier and do well. The top ones, yes. But you cannot tell me if you average it out, bro. Like some of I won't even hear the French league. I'm never even going to mention PSG. But if you average it out, I promise you now, the Premier League teams are slapping most teams across the world. Star power, I'd rather watch, like on average, the Premier League teams. Like I'd rather watch Bournemouth than most average teams in other leagues. Competitiveness, again, like I just can't. Like, man, do you know what it is? Yeah, like people that are Man City has dominated the league. Yes, but Barcelona has dominated it for 80 years. The Milans have dominated that shit for 80 years. In Bundesliga, Bayern has dominated that shit for 80 years. Like this is what I'm saying. People that are Man City and Pep with the league. Yes, because they came in and did an absolute madness. They were all the best players in the world. Like this is the point. They basically did a Barcelona to our league. And now they're gone. And now they're gone again. So, like, to say it's not the most competitive and entertaining is stupid because it's the fastest. It's the fastest league, and that is when football is at its best when it's at its fastest. I don't want to watch I don't want to watch Italian teams trying to break each other's low block down, bro. I don't want to watch that. So for you to say that that stuff is more entertaining, or like, oh, you could argue Spain, but this is what I'm saying. Each category, the league would change. Like each category is a different league challenging the Prem. So if you average it all out, if you gave them all points out of 10, it's the Prem. And then obviously economics and global reach, like again, like, and then development and sustainability, we produce the best players. We just don't. I just think like the Premier League is not home to development. Like it's not a development league. The Prem is like the Champions League final of all leagues. It's very difficult to get these young talents time on the pitch because of how high the stakes are. Like the stakes are so high. Like so I just genuinely think like most of the arguments that people will give me is just kind of stupid. Like that's what I'm saying. And people will start. I've even heard people tell me about South American leagues. I'm like, oh, all the biggest players came from there. Did they stay there? No, they don't. They go there. They go back when they're 35 and still play, bro. Like come on, man. Like, come on, brother. Like, let's have it right. La Liga is just on average is just nowhere near it. It's just nowhere near the Prem. Bundesliga nowhere near the Prem on average. I wouldn't even argue that one because I might start fighting people. League on like again like the averages, please, like just please, like some of these leagues don't even have 20 teams, bro. Like bro, like some of you lot just wind me up. Serie A, like that for me in terms of teams you look at their league, you know you are familiar more with more people in Serie A than what you are in the rest of them. Like I just won't hear Brazil. Like you man are exporters, you man are an academy, bro. Like that respectfully, like just bare man called Wellington. Like there's too many man called Wellington in your league. But yeah, man, let me know what you lot think in it. Let me know what you lot think, cause let me know if I'm going crazy. I just want to know if man think I'm going crazy, because I think it's mental to say anything else. Like it's honestly mental. And before you say, oh, you've never watched any leagues, big man, show me a video of you doing 20 kick-ups, please. Just please, bro. Because that's just cope. Like don't message me saying you've never watched other leagues, because you're just stupid and you're assuming stuff. I've watched enough football to have an opinion. You can't do 50 kick-ups, bro. So don't message me about no football, bro. In fact, don't comment on this video if you can't do 50 kick-ups, bro. Don't comment on it. I'm sick of it, bro.